We back. We bike. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mamas and papas. Welcome to another episode of the Dad Podcasts. I'm Deja Vu. I got Bugsy in the building with me. Bugsy, want to say
How
something?
y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Yep,
Welcome to another episode.
yep.
This is episode 28.
Episode 28. Oh man, what's going on with you, man?
Man, same old, same old. I'm doing well. I'm doing good. Um, Same old, still busy as usual. Sundays are my free days. Well, not anymore. I just like Sundays is like even super busy, but yeah, I kind of like figured how to take today off for myself.
So it's gonna be like a constant thing. You're gonna be taking Sundays off from now on.
I hope I'm able to, but you know, it's it's not guaranteed because like sometimes you have clients that you can only work with on the weekends, so sometimes yeah it's hard to, but I try to like plan a lot of my shoots during the weekdays and like in the evenings and stuff. But yeah, sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. It's just kind of like the nature of my field.
Yeah, you got to go get it anytime it's requested of you, eh? Huh?
Man, you gotta get the bag, man. You gotta get the bag.
Yeah, man. Thank God. We thank God for bags. Yeah, we thank God for giving us the opportunity to be able to get bags because you never know, man. You might not be afforded this kind of opportunity. Um, yeah. So what's going on, man? What are we talking about today? What do we have? What do we have? Should we start on this Sam Clef thing or music, new music?
let's let's start with Sam first because the artists, we can dive into music from there too.
Okay, yeah. So Sam Clef going to like a tift. What do you guys what we call it?
Notification.
Or an no, it's not even an altercation. Like a kind of like a Twitter fingers battle or whatever.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Twitter fan. Yeah.
So yeah, he got into like an altercation with a popular singer called Simi in Nigeria. Um, for making lewd comments about Thames, one of my favorite artists right now. And what were the comments? I think he said something. I'm not to misquote him, but he said something about oh, this new video with Wizkid. Uh we can't wait to see Thames Yan show. Me say I want to see anybody wants to with me. And Simi replied with what the fuck is wrong with you? That's when he went on rampage, you know. He went after Simi, calling her names. But from what he says, I don't know if I should read everything now to people so they can even see itself. But from what all the things the rant he said, it sounded like he was really salty. Like he put Simi in the limelight and she blew up, and it's kind of envious of her right now, position right now. That's what it felt
Yeah,
like to me.
kind of what I got from the tweet too, because like Simi's response to his actual first tweet was didn't warrant anything that would, you
Hmm.
know, cause him to start talking about, things maybe he might or might not have done for her in the past, you
Hmm.
know. Like it's in this day and age is not a time or like using your platform to make comments like, I would like see this girl Yash, who did with me. is those things are not acceptable anymore in this day and age, right? And all Simi said was like, what the fuck? Like she didn't even like go at you or anything, but that was just supposed to be some kind of like I didn't see anything wrong in that because she didn't say anything, but it was good and it was just enough for him to actually come back to his senses to realize that what he tweeted wasn't, you know, uh a content that, should be or addressed in that manner, or there's a way that you could, say something like that, but not sexualizing a lady in this day and age.
I mean, the climate right now, you can't afford to be sexist.
Yeah,
I mean, if you are, you probably should just keep it in your bedroom or whatever, because no matter where you are in America, as long as you're in this online space with us, where everybody is like the same world, it will behoove you not to make lewd comments about women anymore.
exactly. And plus, like, it's one of those things like once you, even if you go back and delete the tweet, it's still out there somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. So let me just read what he said. Everybody can't wait to see Tim's Yash. Me self they wait. Who they with me? And Timmy replied, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Then he went on the rampage. He was like, "Why didn't you DM to take it down? But then only you, only pass, Abi." He said only just to make sure that's what he said. I'm just you know auto correcting that one for my brain. Then later he was like, "Oh, toxic." And continued was like, "I service better face front. You too know Abi. You won't show your fake self, your fake ass." Says simply, "You ingrate, you get balls because you think say you don't blow. I go delete the tweet, but you fuck up." I know, like, dude, what happened? Like, there was beef. There's definitely beef somewhere.
Mhm.
There's definitely beef somewhere. So, yeah, then he went on and on. I think he made comments about how he helped her when she was upcoming, and how she used to be a gospel artist. Him too was a gospel artist, and he came out of that scene, and he just went on a rant, and Timmy didn't even say anything. I mean, as a married woman, she should just, she already said enough. So her
Maturity now.
husband probably told her to just chill. Yeah, but later on we found out that he apologized. So
He had to. He had to. I'm sure people would have, his
yeah,
at least his team would like probably call him like, yo, this is totally the wrong move to be making right now.
yeah, yeah. Like you are still looking for your career right now. You don't want to disappear.
You don't
You
want to
know,
disappear. Exactly.
you know. Um.
I
Yeah. So
mean, once they cancel you, I mean, you are for sure canceled.
this cancel culture thing, Chef. That's another topic for another day. Like, if they cancel you, is it on Twitter they count? That's it. Or they cancel you, then maybe brands that sponsor you, they find out that you got
It kind
canceled
of
for.
depends on how big you are as a brand, right? So if you are like, if you're like big enough that your name, you know, alone carries like, what millions of dollars, and you have all these endorsements that's coming left, right, and then you go do something silly like, anything could be silly these days, right? And then not so many things are not acceptable anymore. You just go do some random stuff, and then maybe say Nike was planning to approach you for like the next kicks they are coming out with. They probably must have to reconsider with all this, because like I think at first when the whole cancel culture thing first started, it just had to do with like, maybe like Twitter canceled you, then maybe, you were just kind of like canceled online. It didn't like affect your finances and like, maybe your job or like relationship or like friendship and things like that. But like now it's not just about like the cancel culture it's not just about the internet anymore, although it does start with the internet because that's the platform where everybody goes or to get information and stuff, and just because videos and stuff go viral, so like once one person sees it, like in North America is going to share it, the whole North America sees it, they're seeing it in Europe, they're seeing it in Africa, they're seeing it in Antarctica, they're seeing it in Asia. So it's easy for them to like cancel you all over the world. And if you're like a person of like, you know, say you're like very big in like the financial sectors now, and say someone like Jeff Bezos now, and then is like, well, maybe not Jeff Bezos because maybe somebody who big in like the financial sectors is trying to do like some kind of deal with like a foreign investments with like a country like China, and then you go do some silly thing like grab her by the pussy, and then that shit comes up. China would have to reconsider, like at this day and age, there would be all those things that it would affect you one way or the other.
Yeah, I get your point though, but but there are still some people that do all these things, and they are big people, they are very popular people, and you know people say they are cancelled, but at the end of the day, they're not cancelled. Like they're still doing business with whoever they want to. They're still living their lives. For instance, our big man, maybe it's just an anomaly. Donald Trump, you know, he has like done everything under the sun. Just for him to shoot somebody now in broad daylight that remains. He has grabbed women by the pussy. He has said lewd comments. He has done whatever on Twitter,
Mm.
online, in person. He has done anything to get him cancelled, but he's still standing solid. So in that instance, is it just an anomaly, or it's just this cancel culture doesn't really, fine, you might lose some endorsement, but you might still get other people might not even worry about that.
Yeah,
But okay, like for instance with Ti now, with this the case that him and his wife are going through with the sexist thing, with the sex slave thing.
see with someone like them, that
They are losing endorsements.
it would
It's
affect them.
affecting them.
The reason why it won't affect someone like Trump is just like Trump is not because of the wealth he accumulated, but because of the position he held has put him in the percentage of it has put them in the 1%. No, has put them in the 0.01% of the 0.01%. If
Which
that makes
position
sense.
he held?
The strongest man in the world, president of
Oh,
America.
because no, but it doesn't really
Yes,
matter
it does.
because
Yes,
how does it?
because once you get to like you have to
No,
be
because
positions to
for instance
corruption.
now it doesn't
There's
matter.
certain people,
It doesn't matter
there's
because
certain people that control certain things that nobody knows about. You don't even know their name, but
what
they
I'm
see
saying is it doesn't.
like
I don't think that's a valid reason because Bill Clinton, what did he do? He got his dick sucked and he got
yeah, that's what
impeached.
it,
Like,
yeah,
oh,
it's
what's
not.
what's the other guy's name? Richard Nixon. He had a scandal. They
Remember
impeached.
I said what I said about Trump. I took away his money, right? It's certain people. It's not about just the presidency alone, but it gives you once it's like this. Once you have certain characteristics that certain people like, whether the whole world likes you, or you have certain potentials that they like or that they see, right? If those people are the ones who control certain things, they would have interest in you, that regardless of what you do, because they have that special attention or special interest in you, regardless of what you do, they would make sure that you're always protected. I feel like I could totally be wrong, but I just feel like there's certain people that we don't know about. Nobody knows who they are. We just feel they don't exist, but they do exist. They have that kind of power to control so much. And then they pick selected people that are able to go and be not necessarily even pawns, but like be the face. So be like, how president of an organization is not necessarily the owner or the CEO, right? So it would be like the president of this would be the face, but regardless, in return, we'd have to protect you 100%, regardless of what it is you do, as long as do this things that we require from you, then you're protected regardless.
Yeah, I get what you say. There are cabals that are pulling strings behind the scenes, but I don't think this applies to Trump at all. I don't think so. I think it's just a personality trait that he has, like that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care attitude. Like no matter what you say, because he doesn't apologize for nothing. Because I don't.
See, even
Because
before
even there's so many
there was
people
one
that
thing
the
I used to say
cabals.
before he ran, before when I knew he wanted to run. I just certain things I started noticing. I've always said to a lot of my friends or people when we're talking about Trump, before he actually got into office, that I always say the level of confidence he had. I felt like he had someone or something behind him. That was the word I always used to use, more something than
Of
someone.
course, now he was in bed with Russia. Now we all know this. He had Russia's number, and Russia just put all the because they knew how America works. Now they knew his opponent was going to be Hillary. All we gotta do is find
No,
dirt
I'm
on
not
her.
even talking in terms of like winning. It's just the level of confidence he has and the type of things he does.
But
The fact that
that's the
nobody
person he has
trusts
always
him.
been. Now he has always been that
Yeah, but that's
overconfident dude that he'll walk into a room even if he doesn't have money. Everybody wanted to, even if he's not the richest guy there, they will all look at you like he's the richest guy. because of
Yeah, but usually something always brings something like that. It's always because you know something that somebody don't, or you have something that you know that people when okay, let me
of
say it
course
in
now
Yoruba.
is in a is
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. So it might not be like that's why I said it could be a person or a thing. So that's why I use like other entities. It could be maybe he has this kind of background that he
maybe it's in a
strongly
cult.
believes like it could be exactly that. Maybe there's just like very few people, but very, very few powerful people that are in that little small organization. Like they don't have to be the richest people in the world, but they control half the shit in the world type thing, right? I
Mhm.
feel like it has that type of thing, and there's like people like that. They just seem untouchable regardless of what they do.
So Trump, or bottom line, Donald Trump cannot be cancelled no matter what.
It's hard. I mean, you can block his Twitter and all that shit,
He's
but
blocked on Twitter, YouTube, everywhere. He's been
still
impeached
very
twice.
still,
He's
still being the same.
he's everything. He had over 200 women come and accuse him of whatever. He's still coming back for.
Right?
He's still
Like
coming back 2024. He's a villain. He's like the
man,
Joker, man. He's a villain. Like he's coming back.
it's coming back, man. I don't
Terrorize
know which.
everybody.
There
Oh
was one
man.
comedian that said it could be. It could. I think it's either Eddie Griffin or so, or I think it could have been. It said America didn't like know who were they didn't understand what being. America was so used to being bullied, was so used to being the bully
Bully.
that when a bully came in, which was Trump, they didn't know what to do or how to actually approach him. Is what happened, and I kind of like agree with because the West America's been so used to being they bully everybody in the world. So when the bully came into their own to come and rule them, now they just got confused, like, oh shit, what is going on?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. So now we've talked about Sam Clef. He has apologized. We'll see what comes out. Then that Thames video with Whiskey for the Essence video. We're waiting on that whether Whiskey will truly show Thames's bum bum or backside or whatever. What else? Yeah. So what about this CDQ and Burna Boy incident?
Yeah, so last week we kind of talked a little bit about it. Basically, I guess what happened is
A recap. Give us a recap of what happened.
okay, so last week Sunday, um, CDQ tweeted. I can't pull up the tweets. I can't. It's been since last week, but he tweeted something to Burna Boy saying I think Burna Boy maybe might have disrespected Obafemi
For those
Martins.
that don't know who CDQ is, CDQ is an artist in Nigeria,
Yeah, CDQ is an artist,
an Afrobeat
Afrobeat
artist,
artist.
and
Rather
also a
than,
producer too. Yeah.
for those who don't know Obafemi Martins, Obafemi Martins is a soccer player. For you people in North America, he's a footballer. Eh, he plays for which team is he playing for right now?
I don't think he's still playing. He's probably playing in US or something. I don't think he's playing now.
Yeah, well, he used to be a footballer, so it's based
Yeah,
out
he
of
has played
Nigeria.
for Barcelona. He has played for
Chelsea.
Newcastle. He has played for so many clubs. Yeah, he played for Inter Milan. He was even in Winning 11. Like he's a legend. Played for
So
Nigeria.
I guess Burna Boy is kind of like one of the hottest artists in Africa right
Oh, he
now. I
currently
guess.
plays in Chinese Super League.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Burna Boy is also involved in this. So I guess he disrespected Obafemi Martins and CDQ kind of got involved. This was all Twitter word though, by the way. And I'm talking last week. This is just a recap of what happened. And CDQ got involved and was like, Obafemi, Burna Boy shouldn't disrespect um, anybody in his circle or in his clique or something like that. Moving forward to sometime during the week, I guess CDQ was in the club and Burna Boy's fans attacked CDQ in the club that he got stabbed in the head. There was actually videos, there was photos. Yeah, even the video I saw, even CDQ himself was talking. He was the one narrating the whole thing that happened. Initially, when I saw it, I actually thought maybe three of them were in the club because I saw photos. And when I first heard it, I heard a tweet that there was, CDQ, Burna Boy, and Obafemi Martins are fighting in the club right now. But then fast forward to a couple of hours later, I just saw CDQ post, tweeted a picture of himself bleeding from the head, but then he was recording a video saying he's all right. Talking about Burna Boy's fans attacked him and stabbed him in his head, but he was fine. But he had gotten himself to the hospital, and he was being treated already. Why I saw this video. And I guess after that, I saw another tweet from Obafemi Martin saying, this whole thing don't die down, so make CDQ chill out or something like that. So I don't really know what really transpired or if the artists themselves actually met each other physically. But from what I saw, I thought they were in the club together at first, but from the aftermath, apparently they weren't. It was just the fans of African giant Burna Boy that attacked CDQ.
Yeah, because I think I saw when that thing first happened, when they allegedly Burna Boy told Obafemi Martins to prostrate for him and whatever, disrespected him, that they were in the club together. CDQ, Burna Boy, and Obafemi Martins, they were all drinking together. But I think maybe this happened prior to wherever everything happened, because there was pictures coming out about, yeah. So maybe it was maybe after that, then the altercation happened, and CDQ said he was disappointed with Burna Boy and whatever, and later on he got stabbed and whatnot. But hopefully this doesn't escalate into something deadly.
Yeah, it doesn't escalate into like street gang fight and all that
Yeah,
violence. Send
because
people stabbed and shot.
yeah, Burna Boy is set to perform at the Grammys.
Yeah,
He's
shout out to Burna Boy. That is big for him. He's got one nomination, right?
yeah, he's nominated for like the international this in the international section or whatever. Hopefully he
Yeah, so
will win that.
shout out to Burna Boy. Nigerians doing big things all over the world.
Yeah, yeah. Also, our own very own Nigerian UFC fighter Israel Adesanya, he moved up in weight class to fight a Polish fighter called Black Skovich.
That's
you know,
good, yeah.
yeah, he couldn't defeat Black Skovich. He he lost by unanimous decision, and this was his first defeat ever. But he
So at
says
least
he
it
was
wasn't a knockout, so which is really good.
what?
It wasn't a knockout, so still counts.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, a loss is
it's
a loss,
still
but
it's still a
still.
loss now. It's still a loss. I mean, but he moved up in weight class, so he has to bulk up in weight, because you can't just be using that featherweight or whatever weight he was to fight a heavyweight too, because those ones their punches weigh even more. Boxers do it a lot. They move up. They're undefeated. I think Roy Jones did it. He was like undefeated. Then he moved up to heavyweight, and they started beating his ass.
I did it as well because Tyson didn't start as a heavyweight.
No. Tyson started heavyweight. Tyson has always been heavyweight because him.
No, he got heavyweight when he was 18. That was when he started heavyweight. It wasn't heavyweight
No,
when
it
he because he
wasn't.
started
Yeah,
at like
but
16.
maybe that's when he turned professional. Now, like he's always been heavyweight. That's his weight class. He has always been a big dude. He said when he was 30, he was the biggest guy. He's short though, but he was the biggest guy in his whole class. He has always been a big. He was always been like a what they call. Is it the pit bull? It was always been like a pit bull, big like Michael. The way Michael was. Michael is our friend. He has always
Yeah,
been like
Michael.
a pit bull, like big dude like that, but he wasn't tall. So he has always been heavyweight. If it was Evander Holyfield that wasn't heavyweight, he was the class below heavyweight. I think super heavyweight or something middleweight or whatever. Before he moved waterweight or whatever, then he moved to heavyweight. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so hopefully he comes back, bounces back. Loss is a loss, but I mean he's still a legend.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And this is his first one too. So
yeah,
shout
yeah.
out, shout out to Israel Adesanya.
Uh,
Um,
Sticking with Nigeria, what else is going on, man?
In Nigeria, Governor Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State, that's the governor of Lagos State, is launches 1,000 new vehicles called Lagos Right. This is kind of like in competition to be rival with like Uber, and I think they have Bolt in Nigeria as well. So yeah, this kind of launch, or I don't know if it's launching sometime pretty soon, but it's starting with 1,000 vehicles.
So more vehicles on the road, but bad roads, or what?
I think the
Like,
roads are because I was talking to somebody in Lagos couple of sometime this week, and he was telling me the roads are better. I found it strange, but like, who am
I
I to
mean,
say?
but you know, these politicians, it's almost like they're not really smart, or maybe he's not the right person to be taking the job, because in Lagos you should not be thinking about putting more cars on. That should not be. You should not be thinking about that. You should be thinking about how you're going to reduce the number of cars on the road,
I
or
get people to
or
use
just other forms of transportation, because
other forms. I don't
underground
even know why.
railway or whatever. Why are you putting is that means that's his business now. It's
That's what I'm thinking
not
too.
like, yeah, he's just using his business based on politics to just enhance himself. Because that doesn't sound like a smart decision.
Like, I kind of agree with what you were saying, right? You said bringing more vehicles into Lagos, especially Lagos, is not a thing that a governor should be thinking about right now. They should be thinking about other means of transportation, right? And like I
Mhm.
was saying, we have so much water that connects a lot of land. Why don't we have a lot of ferries that will reduce a lot of this transportation, all this
Um, I think we
traffic that
have, yeah, we have ferries, but we should have more of them.
more. That's
Yeah,
what
we
I'm
should have
saying. It's like
more ferries.
bringing all
Um,
these 1,000 vehicles now. If you bring in five big ferries that can take, maybe 500 people on one trip,
mhm.
right?
Yeah, it
Bring
will
five.
reduce the number
That is
of
reduce
people.
the number
Yeah.
of vehicles. That would fasten the communication, the transportation. Sorry, the time it takes to commute on that third mainland bridge alone.
Yeah, and
Lagos is congested with
it's too
vehicles. Too
congested
much.
for vehicles,
You
and also,
drive and you
the
find parking is a problem, self.
yeah, and also the train system should be upgraded. I mean, right now I know they are upgraded the train system, but it should be there should be more tracks, more trains. It should be time
That should be
efficient. It should be
they should have
upgrading
to
that aspect.
exactly.
You know,
They should try to
there
start
should be
working.
an underground. They should try to make work an underground rail, because Lagos is as huge as New York. We
Yeah,
should.
because if they have a plan that they are trying to make commute easy for people in order for them to like reduce people who actually drive personal vehicles and more people into using public transportation, because the amount of money they would make that way, they're able to maintain the railroads, they're able to maintain the roads itself, able to like create separate lanes or separate bridges for different type transportation, or to like we don't have to keep how we can do sky trains, right, where it doesn't have to meet any bus stop or any red lights or anything like that. We could have subways. I know subways take really long time. We could think about sky trains instead of subways, right?
Okay,
So, and then
see, we
if
have too many options.
you feel like, yeah, we have
Because
way too many options.
these people are traveling. They know all these things. It's just that they probably just feel, oh, Nigeria is not good enough, or these people, I don't really care about them. Or I'm not really thinking because it's just weird to me
Hmm.
that all these, they're not thinking about some basic things like power, and because power to me is the genesis. Brings us back to our power issue,
It's just
because
common sense.
without
It
the
is.
power, how are you going to even power the rail subway system or whatever? You're only going to be focusing on the mechanical or the locomotive trains or whatever, which might be too expensive to maintain. you know the trains that are powered by electricity, they will be faster. They will be more time efficient, and it's just get people to where they need to be quickly,
And
faster,
I
and
feel
take
like
more
another
people off the
problem
road.
it actually really has is like sometimes I think about certain governments, right? Sometimes not like they do, but their problem is they don't. Nigeria hasn't gotten to the stage where they invest in. their people or educate or train their people in such a way that blue collar jobs become a thing that people are actually willing to do, right? Because think about, like, if you if they go make a new subway and all that thing now, right? If there's nobody that actually maintains it, if you don't have technicians that go
Yeah,
there to maintain,
that's our another big issue we
that's
have.
another major
Culture of
problem we have.
maintenance. Yeah.
Yes. That is very big. And I feel like it's because we as Africans as a whole, right? Like if you look at our parents, they train us to become either doctors or lawyers or engineers. And if it's not amongst one of those things, it looks like you're not really doing something great in life until we start looking at blue collar jobs as equal positions or as just as important as a doctor. An electrician is just as important as a doctor, and an IT guy is just as important as an engineer, right? Because we need all of these people to come together in order to make something that is sustainable.
Yeah, you're
Because
right.
all we do
Absolutely.
is just build something and then we can't maintain it,
Maintain
then
it.
there's
Yeah.
damage,
That's
and
why
then we
that's part of the issues with all the solar, panels and whatever, because
that's why it's
they
not like they're
build it.
not doing it, but
How are they going to
it's hard to.
maintain it? Because even with our power issue too, that's what happened with the power. It
That's
collapsed
what
now.
the
We
problem
couldn't
is. Like
maintain
we
it.
buy one transformer now, there's no maintenance. The thing will blow. You start waiting for the new, local government chairman or the new president to come in before that will bring his own plan.
So
So
okay,
to start something.
what's the solution now? Like, how are they going to build that, mentality of maintenance instill? Is it that they have to train people in certain skills constantly? Because it's
Yeah,
an
because
ongoing process.
if you look at like from like SS3 in like Africa now, right? Once you start doing JAM, right? Most people are thinking of universities. Most people don't think of it's a class thing, right? People that think of polytechnics has to do with it always has to do with their level of income. It's usually not because if you see a wealthy person now won't tell you they want their child to go to polytechnic, but you will see somebody from a lower class that wants that his child's dream is to go to polytechnic, not a
Polytechnic.
university, and it always has to do with income, right?
Me, I don't want to, talk too much about whatever the parents want you to be or a doctor. It doesn't really matter because it's just when you say our parents wanted us to be doctors, and it's because of the kind of class your parents were. Other people were having their own dreams. It's not just about me or you or whatever. Everybody had their own, dreams. But the thing is, there are still people that go to polytechnic. There are still people that go to vocational schools. There are still people that do all these things. But why don't we still have that spirit of maintenance or whatever they call maintenance or whatever they call
It might even be like a government thing itself, though, because if you say, for example, now I go to school I go to Yaba Tech now and I study um, carpentry, right? There's no job in carpentry for me outside of
But the
polytechnic. I
thing is,
have
when it
and
comes,
just use my own skill, find capital and start a business,
yeah,
right? I
but
don't have
the
any
thing is,
government
the-
contract that
yeah,
I'm
I
doing.
know I get it, but at the same time, you know, we should not be dependent on whatever the government. I mean,
Yeah,
being
we
an
shouldn't be,
entrepreneur is your
true,
economic
but look at it
freedom.
this way. It's hard for like that's why it's hard for people. For example, now if you study that's why people don't want to go and study carpentry. You go and study mechanic or study carpentry. 5 star in that nation as a whole, right? But look at this. If you studied carpentry and then you finished, but then if Nigeria was in a state that where there you could get a contract that you are building every say one particular secondary school boarding house, it's your contract to do all their lockers, the boarding, the desks, the chairs. Remember when we were in school, we were even suffering this little thing as broken desks, broken chairs. So if they have people
No,
who are constantly supplying
yeah,
all
but
those things, schools won't even be having those problems. People who are graduating won't they will be contented with a lot of all these businesses or contracts they're getting from the government. I mean, it's a stepping stone, right? I'm not saying that is the solution, but it's still it's still a path to help, like, like to open the eyes of people to like the blue collar. Because even like Africa as a whole, agriculture used to be a thing. Now you talk to youth about agriculture, you just look like, what the fuck, man, type thing. Like I don't even know. I don't know. I really don't know.
I think all these things are still happening. You know, people are still getting. It's just that we're not just privy to this kind of information, because I learned, you know, a while back, maybe like a year or two ago, they were giving contracts for, you know, agriculture and everything. People were getting that. I think things are happening. It's just that it's not we because we're in the Western world. We expect things to be happening in a rapid rate. Like in America, like if the roads are bad, it's only bad for like a week.
That's the point, because they have people that are constantly checking it. That's why, though.
Yeah, but I know, but how did they put like what like where is the like?
See,
It has
I
to
think
be like a maintenance.
yeah, that's the problem.
Like
See,
doing
you
some.
have that in it. See, you know how like the government now, right? You have a budget that okay, this budget is just for maintenance. That's what the Western world probably does, right? So under that budget, you can create subsidiaries, you can create companies, you create different things. So this budget is for like general maintenance of one state. So we're talking electricity, road, snow, everything, drainage, everything. So you're building. So there's a department that deals with water. There's a department that deals with electricity. Department that deals with cable. Department that deals with underground. Department that deals with broke spoiled road. Departments that deals with everything. So they've created all this department that creates job for other people. That's the thing. In Nigeria, we think about it. They only just started having nice fire trucks within the last 5, 6, 7 years. Should that be?
You know,
And they always have budgets.
The truth about it, there's no way, because I did my youth service in government. We have all these things. It's just that it's not been implemented somehow.
Which means that's the problem. Which means there's somebody taking all those budgets and eating all the money.
That's
the problem. There's somebody, all this,
it boils down to corruption.
Yeah,
because I want to go. There's all these departments in the go. They're all there. It's all there, man.
I remember like years ago, I used to talk to this girl in Nigeria. She was doing an NYC, and every time she would tell me, every time I would spoke on the phone, she'd be like, "Yeah, I was just at work today. I was just sitting there, nothing to do." And I was like, "Where do you work?" She was like, "She worked at the secretariat." I was like, "How is it possible for you to just sit down from morning till the end of your shift without having anything to do? And it's a government office. How is that possible? And you have absolutely nothing to do. You just go to work to go and sit down."
I worked in government office, and I worked in like the commissioner's office, and every Friday, once the commissioner comes to work on Friday, once he comes to work, we share money for everybody. That's just the way it was.
All these things happen. If we
just want to share money for us that in his office.
It does count, eh? All those little, because think about it, like nobody's taking anything serious. Like everybody's just slacking at work.
Yeah, they're not holding people accountable.
Western world now, it's like it's somebody's job to go and make sure that you count every pothole that is in one particular street. You have to water every tree that is in one particular.
You know what I'm trying to think about is
after snow, you have to go make sure to cut every branch in every so it doesn't damage other people's car. That is creating job, right?
What I'm thinking about is why don't
that's why that's why blue collar we don't laugh at people who do blue collar jobs in this world. That's why you would see a barber, somebody go to school, it's like, I want to be a barber, and they can become a very successful barber. Yet in Africa we have the same jobs, the same talent. We bring those talents that are not appreciated, that we laugh at, and then bring it here, and then they appreciate, and then we become something out of it.
Yeah, but my point is, like, fine, all these problems, we've highlighted them, we always highlight them. Like, it's a solution that I'm looking for. Like, why don't we have this culture of like maintenance? Or okay, why don't we have this culture of holding people accountable? Like, why do we just take money from politicians, knowing fully well that it was money that was supposed to be used to do something for the community, for everybody? Why do we have that? Like, what's going on?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Is it because you know when they say, like, if you want to appreciate money, you have to work for it. giving
Yeah.
out free money, you won't appreciate, you blow it. Is it because the money we feel is not our money? You know, we feel like, oh, it's government money, so I just want to chop it. Like, it's not like here, over here now, everybody pays taxes. So if you chop the money, people will be angry. Like, do you know how much I paid in taxes last year? You know, like, they will hold you accountable. You know, but it's almost like we feel like, oh, that money's not our money, just government money. Let me just chop my national key. Like, I'm not, because it feel is not, I'm not really, because so many, it's like it's rampant. Like, people just blow the money. It's normal. You know, they'll just do the bare minimum. Go and build a borehole. Like, it's borehole that will save your life.
I feel like it might have to do with the fact that it's just very recently I think most people, a lot of people just started paying tax. So back in the days, people might have just thought like, if it doesn't necessarily affect the money coming out of my pocket, like what I have in my pocket right now, the mentality is like it's not affecting me, but which is wrong. Like, it's actually affecting everybody, because you don't feel it like, like a penny coming out of your pocket, like someone dipping their hand or stealing it from you, doesn't mean they're not actually stealing it from you. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it feels, because I'm just to think all these things you're saying about, oh, the menial jobs, the whatever, the job, everything is there.
It is there.
It's there. Like, but it's just that, you know, the ongoing maintenance is not there, because the money that was supposed to go there, they were like, I beg, we don't need to maintain anything right now. More go, you know, divert it somewhere. They'll be like, after they'll be like, you know, we didn't maintain anything this year. Let's not pay those people. You know? And they will just divert that salary too. So
That's all. I think that's all that. It's just diversion. They just keep diverting.
So that's why things are not. The system does not oily, so it doesn't work.
I feel maybe another thing too is like the people that might know that these things are happening, that are supposed to say something or caution the person who is actually doing all this moving diversion. There's the little bit of change that they are giving them is enough to
for them to look
sustain
good
them in a way that they are not even prompt to, like, they don't even care, because maybe, it could, to them it might be a lot of money, right? To the person giving it to them is change, right? So maybe that one is just enough for them to just shut them up, and they're like, she baby not rejembe, so kill me now.
So
they might, their mentality could be like, if I stock now, then that the small extra change is going to stop.
So the thing is, so then it becomes like a ripple effect. Then it starts affecting every other aspect of society.
Every other aspect,
and
so
you
then
know,
there's a the solution becomes really hard.
Then it happens constantly for years. Then now there's a collapse.
Now it's just like it's that spread is that spread on every. It's like growing cancer. It's like a cancer tumor that starts thing now. And because we didn't actually treat that tumor, it grew and spread all over the body. Now, finding where the problem is or the solution now becomes like impossible.
We're definitely living in a cancerous society.
Man, it's crazy.
You see why I was like, I know the problem. Let's look for the solution. Because if you think about it started from a mindset of, it's not my money.
It's not my money.
Because corruption happens here, but before you know it, no, it'll hold you. Corruption, you go to jail. It's my money. People will be like, I paid tax, because taxes is crazy. So they'll hold you, but in Nigeria, they'll be like, it's national cake. I know the people, because people don't pay taxes. I think it was until recently that people started paying in Lagos.
But that's what I'm saying, up until recently.
Other states, I don't think people pay taxes.
So that's the thing. And I feel like it could be like, if sometimes if they're not, it will feel like if they're not, if they steal money from your pocket, and if you know exactly how much you have in your pocket, and you go back to your pocket and you see like maybe $20 is missing, you will know they've stolen from you, right? Because it was in your pocket. If they steal from your bank account, if you don't go back and check your bank account for another 2 months, you won't know they've stolen from your bank account. That's what the problem is. People don't know, because we don't think it's from our pockets, because we're not seeing it. We don't feel it affecting us.
Because we're not even we're not, like,
most people are not even contributing.
We're not contributing to the
society.
Like, we're not paying the taxes to contribute. So we don't have that mentality to like hold people that are in public office. that is using our money that we're
Our money,
contributing.
because it is our money. It's not
But
just
we don't think it's our money. We just think it's the
it's
national
government
care, it's
money. It's
government
just
money.
budget.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just budget money.
yeah,
Nah.
it's not our money. So like,
I think
yeah,
education,
damn,
some
that's
type of
deep, man.
education too has to come into play as well too.
Because you know why I say it's not education, because if it doesn't matter who you are in America, whether you're educated or not, you are paid as long as you are what you did some kind of job, you made some kind of profit, you are going to pay tax or you go to jail. There's
Yeah.
tax evasion, so it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't even matter. It's not even about, they don't even teach it in schools.
But the
They
reason
don't
why I
even teach
say
that taxes in school, in high
the
school.
reason why I feel it's education is because it's already implemented in the system that as from the age that you're able to buy, 25 cents worth of candy, you realize that you have to pay extra tax on it. So
No,
it
but
just
no,
becomes
okay. You know what?
you
I
have to
get what
grow
you're
up.
saying is education, but it's not education in the terms of the
Not school education
school
in terms
education.
of like
Yeah,
awareness.
yeah, awareness, because we learn.
Awareness, like just knowing things. Yeah, not like
Yeah.
formal school education. No, not that.
So okay, you know what? I think we'll find out the solution to Nigeria's problems,
Yeah,
because
but
it all
another thing is
stems.
how do we implement it is another thing.
Yeah, it all stems from how we have to find a way, to start taxing people in for everything.
Everything, yeah, because right now too, it's still only certain things. If you can still go and buy tomato, if you don't go to
Yeah.
ShopRite, you won't pay
Yeah.
taxes on
So
tomato.
everything has to be taxed on
Everything.
the street, wherever you are, the drug dealers, the whoever, the welders, everybody. As long as you made a kind of, if you're a drug dealer, you don't pay taxes, they should get you for taxing. Like, from that
Taxing.
way, maybe we might be able to start cleaning up society, because that's how the way they find people that steal money. Like, if you steal money,
Yes.
and you don't, you can't, you have to file taxes in the way that, okay, you stole this money, how you paying taxes, like, where's the source of the
Where
income?
did you make this money? What did you do?
You
This
see, so
is
I think
paperwork, right? You
the
can't
way
just
those
see
taxes
it
is
and
like
everything. Where? How? What did you do? Like out of nowhere, like you
so
were progressing, all of a sudden you wake
yeah,
up in the morning, 100 million. What did
yeah,
you do?
what do you do? So then we can start finding out how people made money, what they made money, what they made, what their net worth,
What
like,
their net worth
you
is
know
exactly.
like everything.
The value of their companies, like companies can start having value, like they
Value,
can start
yeah.
doing international public offers. Companies
Then
can start going wild. They
yeah,
don't
then
have
if
to
the
be within the country anymore. Like
then the taxes they collect, they can use to start helping disability. There will be disability. People will be in disability home. Some people that cannot walk will be collecting checks. Like, system will be working. If you steal money and the government, people will be mad because they knew they've paid tax. They
I
will
was
come
having
to
a
your house
conversation.
and catch you, lock you
This is
up.
kind of like off topic though, but I was having a conversation with some of my friends. There was this guy he's from Rwanda, and we're having this conversation, and he said child support. No. He said family service. And then one other Nigerian guy asked him, and I get family service for Rwanda. And then I thought to myself, what's the closest thing that we have to family service
Like, we
is
have nothing called
no,
welfare.
no. But the closest thing we have is there. What did they call all these places where we say orphanage? That's the closest we have.
Okay, orphanage. That's the closest we have to say. That's why everybody that is disabled is on the streets.
Everybody.
Everybody's on the streets. Like, we have nothing. So I think close. That's going to be because even the issue of power, I don't really
Mm-hmm.
think we have a power problem. What we have is a maintenance problem.
Maintenance problem
Then
is not
there's
our
somebody in the government that is like, let me just fund my business, so I don't want this thing to work, so they'll just block that funds.
about that power problem. One of the major problems with the power problem is, and it all goes back to maintenance, is if usually there's a certain amount of voltage that can probably go to one street, right, coming from one particular transformer, but then because nobody is keeping track, nobody is maintaining. It just sits, they just put it there and it just sits there. Rain beats it, sunshine. If it doesn't die or blow, nobody goes and check on it. Then you have people coming from 2 streets, 3 streets, erecting poles, putting wires. It's becoming
So I
not
get,
balanced anymore.
that's a
No.
maintenance thing, but part of this tax issue too is like there's kind of like when you file taxes, you have an idea of how many people are living in a household.
Yes.
It's almost like a census, like an unofficial census.
True.
So so all this, because you need to know how many people are living in that neighborhood to know how you're going to allocate funds or whatever. Like it all boils down to taxes.
It does, though. It really does.
Because I know there's a tax system in Lagos right now because I was paying the property tax, whatever, but it's not as federal, as widespread. There should be federal taxes. There should be
federal tax, state tax.
We need to have that culture. People need to know that
it's important
to pay taxes, because that's the only way we can, hold. If you're paying something and somebody go and chop the money,
you have the voice. You have the rights. You're even from your anger to
you see, in America, people will be like, taxpayers' money, I pay your tax. That kind of people, they'll shout on the office or wherever.
One, because he was a president or something, you go and you hear Obasanjo, Kinikon, everybody will just keep quiet. You say, okay. But if you know that your money, that's part of my money. Me that I know what I did, I know how much I paid in tax, I know what I did to make this money. You want to come and steal. You have 28 when other people are doing. This is everybody's money. The roads are not doing this thing. Like you will see the one that was fainting. They ask him question. You say your next response is to faint. Like all those all those nonsense things won't be happening, right?
Won't be happening. Yeah. Damn. So taxes are a problem.
It's one of them, but one of our major ones, yes.
No, because I'm trying to find out the root, because it starts from the mentality, like because all this we said all about allocation of funds or maintenance or whatever, they're all there, but there's a mentality that somebody will siphon it, but nobody will talk, because that siphoning causes a ripple effect. But why are people not talking? That's why. That's the issue. It's not because they're just giving them money. They can't give everybody money. Just
money. Yeah, there's only few.
Yeah. So why are people still not coming out to talk? That means it's because they feel, oh, it's not my money. It's government money. So it stems from that mentality. That's all.
True.
Damn. So Bimbo, how are we going to solve this issue now? Because that's why this society is working. I'm telling you.
And that's why they are not in as much debt, right? Because think about it, they have money going back to the system. It's not just borrowing money from the bank and borrowing money from
they have multiple
all we do is just borrow money. You borrow, this government comes, they come in office, they borrow. They never pay back. The next one comes, borrow. The next one comes, borrow. The next one's come. Then the younger generations have all the time to start paying back all these debts that previous leaders have borrowed and never paid back, and just put in their own pockets to just fend for them and their families.
And I know Lagos State is making a lot of money from the taxes they get, because Lagos State on its own is an autonomous country. They are making so much money from everywhere.
Think about America think about America without the tax system. How are they going to function? How are they going to maintain anything? It's not possible.
There's no way.
It's not possible. They will go broke.
Taxes was that's like the genesis of society.
They would have to start borrowing. Yeah.
That's the way they started building stuff now. They were just taxing everybody. Oh, you bring $10, you bring this one, you bring that one, you bring this one, you bring that one.
Because with that, you can say, okay, it's like, it's the contribution. It's like, okay, somebody comes to you now and say, okay, if everybody contributes $1 million, we will have the best bridge in the world, If everybody now contribute that $1 million, if we don't show that bridge, then chaos. Then we can talk, right? Yeah. Then we can everywhere that, okay, we know this is our money. It's not just you can't just come and say, or if you come and do a shitty job or something, we can talk, right? But if it's like we borrow money and then we're going to do this bridge, and then nobody's in.
Nobody like they
They
borrow
might
money.
actually
They didn't borrow the
bridge.
money from me.
Yeah, right. And the thing is, like, they might actually do the bridge. Okay, they do the bridge, and
Yeah,
then
but it will be below standard.
years.
Yeah, it will be below standard.
So then what? 30 years later now, everybody comes by, oh, this bridge is bad, this bridge is bad, this bridge is bad, this bridge is bad. Then what's the problem? It really is, though. Everybody needs to realize that, yes, that contribution tax system does work. It helps grow nations, communities, and it
Because
does
how
help.
are they even going to implement it?
I don't know, because it's I don't know how, like, Western worlds did it to a stage that everybody had like a number to use to identify them.
It started with when
like
when they gave birth, they started giving birth to people. They started giving everybody like a tax ID, like a social security number, so they were able to identify everybody. Maybe everybody has to slap it. They have to slap a number on everybody so that they see people like, instead of just, they see them like numbers.
Mm.
Oh man.
I don't know. I think
somebody has to come and build our society, like, or a group of, or whatever, because we need a general overhauling.
We really do, though. We really do.
Damn, man, we just went on a tangent.
I was just going to say that. So let's move on from like the state of Nigeria.
Yeah. So I mean, we're still in Nigeria. Daddy Freeze was found. Did we say that? He was found guilty.
We haven't talked about him yet.
Yeah, it was Daddy Freeze is a popular online personality on the radio station. I think it was 93.7 or Rhythm FM or something like that. Yeah, so he was found guilty in I think Rivers State for adultery, sleeping with somebody else's wife, and he was asked to pay 5 million naira. But he says he's going to appeal the case or whatever. Yeah, and this is the same Daddy Freeze that was shitting on pastors in Nigeria a few years ago.
Yeah, but the thing he shoots about pastors for is more about tithing and like pastors just.
Yeah, So it's something has happened to him now, like the public eye.
I see. I realized too, a lot of pastors are kind of like going on at him online too, but
yeah.
It is what it is.
Speaking of pastors, pastors are exempt in taxes.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a non. But the truth about it is they have to meet some certain requirements. So if they start embezzling and all those kind of things, there's a way the system grapples them and kills them or sends them to jail. So even the taxes, even if you don't pay tax but you embezzle it, there's a way to still catch up with you.
See, but then the churches is hard as a pastor, right? Because a lot of the things they get, they just claim is donation.
No, what I'm saying is, yeah, they claim or they do whatever they want, but the thing is, it's tough to embezzle a lot. It's tough.
Pastors actually get paid by the government in Canada. I don't know about you.
Pastors get paid.
They get paid to be a pastor in Canada.
Yeah. It is what it is, man.
Because it is a job and they don't have an income, so the government pays them.
Yeah, but you know why? Because the government probably has enough money from income taxes and federal taxes that they can just, everybody can get free money. There's enough money. There's enough funds.
In Canada, if you pay tithe in church, they send you a tax. They send you a T4.
No, it's the same thing in America too. You can claim your taxes, like you can claim that you paid tithes, and you can claim that as a whatever you want to you can claim it, and they'll just take it off your
tax. I don't know. I just found it strange, just because that's just not the system where.
I mean, it is what it is, man.
Church anymore. So.
It is even the way the churches are in Nigeria. They really. The fact that in Nigeria, I used to be mad at churches too, but then I realized, like, even the Bible has already told me about this stuff. In the end time, there will be so many false prophets. So it's not just about I don't go to church or whatever. I still have my faith, but I just know most of these pastors, they're just scam. Yeah. They're just scam because my Nigeria is like, it is what it is. Let's move on. What else, man? Moving on to Africa. There were 4 bombs that detonated in Equatorial Guinea recently, and there's like an uproar, probably like a civil war is going on right now. So I don't know how.
This is new to me. I totally
Yeah,
never
it's
came across
literally
this.
just happening. So
Wow.
it's just
Man,
happening.
prayers for them out there.
Yeah, prayers to them. What else you got, man? I think I'm done on my list.
Tory Lanez coming at Twitter is saying Twitter is not supporting him. He tweeted, he said, come on at Spotify. Sorry, it's not Twitter, my bad, at Spotify. It says, come on at Spotify. I've been an active artist on your platform for over 7 years, but the way y'all are trading my music and new releases on the platform are wrong and unjust. And as a black man in these times, y'all should not be trying to censor or silence me. I don't know where that came from. I don't know what is going on, but
Yeah, you know what? This is gonna bring us to our next topic: new music. Did we say Jack Harlow and Quavo won the basketball?
no,
Okay,
not yet.
okay, quickly. Let's just say that because this Tory Lanez thing will move us into the new music. Quavo and Jack Harlow, they won the 2v2 celebrity basketball game, and they won about $500,000. With Quavo, it was first to reach 21 points. Quavo scored 17 points, and Jack Harlow scored 4. Two Chains and Lil Baby scored 7 points. Tell you how good Quavo was. So yeah. By the way, then this issue of Tory Lanez, I think that Megan Thee Stallion thing is still hurting him because he has not been, he has not been like convicted or he has not been acquitted. It's still
Yeah, he hasn't
hurting him.
been. It's
So
just in between right
yeah, they're
now.
not really giving him the face he wants because he dropped I think an EP or something the same day Drake dropped his 3-pack. But he didn't have
Oh,
he didn't have enough recognition. Like Drake's 3-pack was off the roof. Everybody was talking about it. Scary Hours 2, dope. I think he's probably gonna be on the album. He dropped 3 tracks, two with Rick Ross, one with Rick Ross and one with Lil Baby Fire, and one with
maybe.
a
Yeah.
single.
I've heard them. I've heard the
Yeah,
tracks.
so it's definitely hurting him, and but it's just too out there. I don't know why he can't just chill and let this case
You need to
just
chill.
and let this
Exactly.
case just fin. Let's
Let
see
it
what
die down
you
for
can't be
what.
trying to make money when you have like a case like this, like you shot somebody. Like it's too, it's too delicate. So you should chill.
He needs to chill for a bit too. Like I've been seeing him too much on the news. He needs to just calm down, go lay low
Yeah,
for a bit.
yeah,
They dropped an EP the last time. It was dope. He made some
yeah.
money,
Dropped
but
like 4 albums within just three,
like
four
you need to
months of
just
this thing.
chill.
Like what's going on? You can't be trying to make money right now, buddy. You have a case, and people anytime you talk, people be like, "Dude, when is your case? Why are you still talking?"
Exactly. Why are you still talking? And then speaking of Spotify, well, moving on from that actually, but still on the same music, Jay-Z actually sold majority of the shares in Tidal to Square, Jack Dorsey's tech company Square for 279 milli. Shout
Yeah,
out to Jigga.
Giga is making big moves, man. 2 weeks back, he sold his Ace of Spade, half of it to LMAVH company, the company that owns Ciroc and all those other brands. Yeah, so he's making big moves, man. He's making moves. Jay-Z is
He
making.
also tweeted out, I said from the beginning that Tidal was about more than just streaming music, and 6 years later, it has remained a platform that supports artists at every point in their careers. Artists deserve better tools to assist them in their creative journey. And it says, Jack is one of the greatest minds of our times, and our many discussions about Tidal endless possibilities have made me even more inspired about its future. This shared vision makes me even more excited to join the Square board. This partnership will be a game
You
changer
see,
for many. I
you
look forward to all this new chapter has to offer.
see, he sold half of his shares to get on the board. He made a play.
That's calculated, man. You got to play like chess, man.
Yeah, and Kanye West is screaming, "Oh, I'm not on the board of Adidas. I'm not on the board of Gap." Which play did you make? Did you make a play to be on the board?
Yeah,
um,
shout out to Jiga.
you can shout out to Jigga, man. What else, man?
Um, Speaking of title, I think Spotify just got into Nigeria now too.
Yeah, I heard about it like 2 weeks ago. They're in Nigeria now.
Yeah, so yeah, shout out to Spotify and all them artists that are gonna be taking advantage of Spotify Nigeria.
Yeah.
A lot of big things are going into Nigeria now, like you know, especially like the music world. You know, all the bigger record labels in the states, Universal, um, all of them. They all you know they all have branches in Nigeria, majorly Nigeria right now.
All we
So
gotta
yeah.
do is fix our tax system. Yeah, what else, man? Coming to America came out
Oh
last
yeah,
week. I
coming to
saw it.
America.
It was
So we've been
amazing.
telling you guys about this since December. I mean, since like November, we've been reporting about this.
Yeah,
Get
it's finally out.
a chance to check it out.
Yeah, I saw it. If you saw it, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I did. I did last
Oh,
night.
you
I
saw
saw
it
it last
too?
night. Yeah, I
What
saw
do
it
you
last night.
think? I think it was really colorful, though. It was really
Yes,
colorful.
it
I
was.
really enjoyed it,
Um,
but I felt it was too comical. But it wasn't because the first one was more of like a movie, like it was kind of serious, just a little bit of
mhm.
comedy here and there. But this one was a little bit too comical. That was the only critic I had. Plus, there's some people that weren't supposed to be in the movie, like Rick Ross wasn't supposed to be there. His African accent was whack. Who else was not supposed to be there? I think because he just used his house to shoot the
Well,
movie.
yeah, I think it was just one of those deals he signed that I have to be, you
Yeah.
know.
Hmm.
I think I would have done the same thing too if they were coming to America too and they were using my house and they were
Yeah.
was gonna sign a deal with them. I would
Yeah.
want to be
You want to
there.
be there? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
Uh,
Then
yeah.
the uncle, what's that his name again? The uncle of his bastard son. Um,
Uh,
I forgot his name. He's a comedian also.
yeah,
I
I know.
think I think he was in the movie just because the movie wanted him to be in that movie because his
Any
role
movie
wasn't.
wanted him to be, yes,
Yeah, his
because
role wasn't really important.
I think from a past very long interview, I think I had listened to a very long time from an interview from a long time ago before that. If there was going to be a coming to America too, Eddie Murphy wanted him to play his son. But the funny thing is, he looks just as old as Eddie Murphy. I think he's about
Yeah.
10 years younger, but he looks just about as old as Eddie Murphy.
Mm.
Then what's his name again? Um, actually, overall, I think it was a great
Oh,
movie.
Arsenio
I've
Hall
seen a
did
whole,
well, did good. I mean, okay, yeah, Tracy Morgan, that's the
oh,
person we're trying
Tracy
to say.
Morgan, yeah, exactly. I've seen a
Yeah.
whole.
Hmm.
He looked a lot more different than what I thought he looked like recently. I
Who?
don't
Arsenio
know.
Hall?
Yeah, he looks older than I
No, they're
presume.
all old now. They're all in their what? Is it six? They're like 60s now. They're
Yeah,
like 60 something
like
now.
at
They're
least like
old guys.
65.
They're old guys. They've been in this game for a long time. I think he's like 65 or something.
Yeah, the one problem I had with the movie was the fact that they brought back those old everybody from the barber shop, the barber scene. They should all have passed away. That's like 33 years because those people are like in their 80s or 90s already from what I from
Funny enough, I enjoyed them. I enjoyed the
I
people in
did
the barber
enjoy,
shop.
but like I was just thinking about continuity. And in my head, I was like, yeah, these people should have passed away.
No, you know why? You know why I disagree with that because even the king was still alive. So why would they
Yeah,
pass
because
away?
in part one, though, the king was more like in his 60s.
So he's probably like 90 something. So why would the barbers
Yeah,
now
but
pass
those
away?
old men and then they were like they didn't change the look, right? They were like all
No,
old
no,
already. Those
they looked older. They look really old.
no, if you go back and look part one, they look the same, I think. Maybe I'm wrong though, but
No, they
I
look
felt like
older. They look because it's Eddie Murphy and it's still Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall now. It's still them. They're the ones that are still in the barbershop. They're the ones
mhm.
still playing
I
those
feel
characters.
like it kind of dragged a little bit towards the end.
He dragged.
Yeah, a little bit towards the end. But overall, though, I loved it.
I mean, I loved it too. I loved it too. Very colorful. The costume.
Actually, I'm gonna watch it again.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's
Watch
a
it
good one.
again this evening.
Yeah, Tiana Taylor killed it. Michael
Oh yeah,
Blackson. I like
Michael
the way he
Blackson,
introduced the general. That was like the only
General,
scene they gave
yeah,
him. What else?
Wesley
David
Snipes.
Doe too. Did his
David
own
Doe was
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it was okay. I liked it. I liked it. It was fun. It was fun. What else, man? What we got? What we got?
I think that's about it for me actually.
Oh, okay. So let's go into new music then. We got Drake Scary House 2. We got Boogie. Boogie's another movie with Pop Smoke. You know,
Pop Smoke.
the late
Oh, okay.
R.I.P. Pop Smoke. Yeah, Pop Smoke is in this movie. Boogie. A soundtrack for it. Um, Coming to America has a soundtrack. Also, Burna Boy is on the soundtrack.
Burna Boy's on the soundtrack. Yeah.
Davido too is. I think Techno too is on the soundtrack. What else, man? What other new music came out, man? I think it was everybody was just talking about Drake. We're still waiting for the album. He hasn't said
Everyone was just
anything.
talking about Drake
Yeah,
this. And I think Coming to America actually did pretty big numbers. I think a lot of people watched it over the weekend.
yeah. You know,
I think a
they
lot of
already
people.
paid them now. So
Yeah.
Amazon will make all that money now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. You got any new music, or we'll just move on to sleepers?
Let's just move on to our sleeper. That's all I have for new music was just Drake as well.
All
Crazy.
right. Yeah, man. My sleeper today is Lose God. I saw by Legendary Styles. Let's go. All right. Legendary Styles. That's the drill beat
I
right there.
see, I saw.
Yeah. Sounds
Yeah, my sleeper for today is from Jaey. This title Treat You Right. Yeah, that is Treat You Right by Jaey.
all right.
He's actually a Nigerian, but he's based in Canada. Yeah, he's a lawyer from Nigeria, but also he's practicing law here in Canada, but also
Does
still
music on
following
the
his
side.
passion and love for music. He
Mm.
just dropped an EP actually called Discovery, and it does from pop all the way to reggaeton. So
Oh,
yeah,
it sounds like a
pretty dope artist.
a white dude that does pop, like a white pop
I know,
music.
right? When I realized it was Nigerian, so I was like, no way. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's crazy.
shout out to Jaey.
All right. Yeah, looks like we've come to an end, another end of the Dad podcasts. You know, thank you guys for listening. Bimbo, you got any last words?
Yeah, before we go, you can send us an email on at Gmail. Sorry, you can send us an email at datpodcast@gmail.com. Send us a tweet on the Twitter, datpodcast1. You can give us a like, follow us, send a post on Instagram at datpodcast. You can also reach us on our new platforms like Public Radio, Anchor, Breaker, Google Cast. Sorry, Google Podcast and also Pocket Cast at that podcast.
All right.
And my last words, there's enough love to go around the world. All you have to do is share.
There you
Over
have
to you.
it. There you have it. So I'll just say my last words. Life is a series of moments, and moments pass. Let's make this one last like it's all that we have. I bid you guys adieu. Bye bye. Odabo. Odaro.
Deuce,
Peace.
guys.